Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to tonight's movie review. In tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on another Stanley Kubrick movie from 1980, and so, after reviewing Full Metal Jacket back in January earlier this year, I'm here tonight to review another Stanley Kubrick film I just recently watched on HBO Max. And of course, that's going to be on The Shining. Yep, The Shining. So I'm gonna read the story off the back of the DVD here. Think of the greatest terror imaginable. Is it a monstrous alien, a lethal impedetic, or as in this harrowing masterpiece from Stanley Kubrick? Is it fear of murder by someone who should love and protect you, a member of your own family? From a script that he co-adapted from the Stephen King novel, Kubrick melds vivid performances, menacing settings, dreamlike tracking shots, and shock after shock into a milestone of the memory. In a signature role, Jack Nicholson plays Jack Torrance, who's come to the elegant, associated Overlook Hotel as off-season caretaker with his wife, played by Shelley Duvall, and son, played by Danny Lloyd. Torrance has never been there before, or has he? The answer lies in a ghostly time warp of madness and murder. And of course, we all know that this movie has some very popular lines, like the famous line, "Here's Johnny." And of course, there's also Red Rum, which is murder spelled backwards. And yeah. So, like I said, I recently watched the whole movie of The Shining back on HBO Max like last night, and I gotta say, The Shining is definitely one classic masterpiece horror film from the early '80s. Like, I remember seeing clips from this movie a long time ago, back when I remembered the most popular quotes like "Here's Johnny" and "Red Rum," and there's also like the twin girls saying "Come play with us," like, you know, the twin girls that you know, it's like you know, they. Yeah, because you guys know what I'm talking about, because most of you guys have seen The Shining, and I gotta agree with you guys, The Shining is definitely one classic horror masterpiece from the early '80s. And I gotta say, Jack Nicholson does a great job playing Jack Torrance in the film. Yeah. And the boy in this film, Danny Lloyd, who played Danny Torrance, he was great in this film too. And Shelley Duvall was good in the film too. And of course, Stanley Kubrick does a really amazing job directing this film, just like how he directed other films like that war movie he worked on, Full Metal Jacket. And I really loved Full Metal Jacket. And I gotta say, now I think The Shining is definitely my second favorite movie from Stanley Kubrick, after Full Metal Jacket being my number one favorite from Stanley Kubrick. And yeah, because like I loved every single thing about this movie, and it's definitely a horror classic, and yeah. And because even when I watched the whole movie, the movie is also like over 2 hours long. Like, I think it's like I think it's like 2 hours and 26 minutes from what I remember when I was watching this on HBO Max. And yeah, and this movie is definitely one of Jack Nicholson's best movies he was in. And oh yeah, and of course, The Shining also got a sequel too. There's also a sequel called Doctor Sleep, and I actually really love Doctor Sleep. I think Doctor Sleep is so underrated. It deserved more appreciation when it came out in 2019. And I remember getting this DVD like I think last year. I think last year was when I first got this DVD for The Shining. Yeah, and I gotta say, the music in this movie is very creepy in an entertaining way, and yeah, the music is very well performed and well heard. And yeah, and this is definitely one of the best scary movies I've ever seen. And of course, one of my all-time favorite scary movies besides Scream and Halloween. Yeah. I also enjoy Alfred Hitchcock's other horror films that he worked on, The Birds and Psycho. I also want to check out another one of Alfred Hitchcock's films called The 39 Steps. Yeah. But as for The Shining is well made, and so overall, The Shining is a classic horror masterpiece film from 1980, and I'm gonna give The Shining 5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen The Shining yet, then I say I recommend giving this one a watch. Cause if you're missing out on a whole lot of movies. So that's my movie review on The Shining. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.